So what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Movement6 and I want to come at you with a new video on PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. Because we all should be very worried on the positioning of Microsoft and how the Xbox Series X is being marketed right now. If we go back to the good old days of the Xbox One reveal and release, we have seen that Microsoft, the Xbox team, is not the best in marketing, sales strategy, if you will. The whole Xbox One reveal was just a freaking mess, positioning as a system that you can use to watch TV, and at the end of the show, oh Christ, you can also play games at this one. They have lost the war, this one. PlayStation 4 is the undisputed winner of this generation of console. If you don't like it, I don't care. I also want Xbox to succeed, because there is nothing better than a great competitor on the side of PlayStation 5 and vice versa, right? Sony needs a good competitor and Xbox needs a good competitor as well. We are the one that is benefiting from that. Now, that hardware is not the main driver. It is a driver, but it's not the main driver. It's being proven by the Xbox One X, the most powerful console in the world, as it's been positioned. And that might be true. But if you do not have the games to run it, then it will not sell. And now they've already cancelled it, the production of the Xbox One X. The Xbox One S digital is being cancelled for production, and the Xbox One X as well. That should be your flagship. Because bear in mind, Microsoft has put the strategy out there that they want to have cross-platform. Now, if you want to go cross-platform, you want to have the best of both worlds. On the Xbox One side, that should be the Xbox One X in the same family as the Xbox Series X. But no, they're going to stick with the base Xbox One, the Xbox One S, not the digital, but the normal version, I would say, with the optical drives in there. And then they've got the Xbox Series X. That doesn't make any freaking sense. You want to eventually cancel the Xbox One, the base version, the Xbox One S, and only deliver the Xbox One X. This is getting so confusing on those names. If you want to go cross-platform, because that's what they're now targeting, cross-platform. Play everywhere, anywhere. And that's going to shoot them in the foot. PlayStation, on the other hand, has always the vision of generations. They want to show difference in generations. They want to move their people, their base, their community as soon as possible from one generation to another generation to give them the best of the new services available. One could argue about that they're being forced to go to another platform. PlayStation 3 is still available for you. But on the other side, there is a reason that after 7-8 years, you need an update in hardware. Because they want to push forward in terms of gaming, graphics, resolutions, frames per second, immersive gameplay, loading times, you name it. There is a reason why you go from one generation to another. And it is great that there are games like Rainbow Six Siege that will offer a cross-platform experience, so people have the time to switch, right? You will be able to play on your PlayStation 4 or on your Xbox One against people from the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X if you play Rainbow Six Siege. That is great. That is a developer's process and vision. Sony has the vision. We have a generation. We love the generation. We did some good things there. Still enjoy it for maybe the year to come. But eventually, here is the PlayStation 5. And when Sony revealed its PlayStation 5 with the games, you could argue on details about games, but the overall reception was very positive. We saw some great games. We saw some jaw-dropping graphics. Horizon Zero Dawn 2, Ratchet and Clank, for example. I did a stream on it as well. If we now look at Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Jesus Christ, Xbox Series X release or reveal, it's a freaking mess. It's a freaking mess. Let's take an article on the side just to have something to hang this discussion on, right? Halo is your flagship. Just like Sony positioned Horizon Zero Dawn as their flagship, you have one job, Xbox, one job, and that is to blow people away. We don't care now about the specific details on hardware, because one could argue that your Xbox Series X is slightly more powerful, slightly has a bit more teraflops than the PlayStation 5. We don't care. We don't. And you know why we don't care? Maybe you specifically, you do, but we as a community don't care. Because eventually, third-party games will be leveled to a base to run on a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox Series X to bring more or less, maybe slightly on nuances, not being seen by the naked eye, but to have the same experience on both platforms. The difference where you can make in your difference in power is exclusives, games that are highly optimized for your platform. And what do you show? Halo Infinite. I laughed my balls off. I did. The response is even more laughable. Listen, we're in the middle of a global pandemic. No shit, Sherlock. We're already in there from February. It's July. We're far from holiday, the launch period. You're seeing a work in progress game. As I said in my previous game, Mr. Greenberg, you're showing a demo. What is the sole purpose of a demo? This is sales 101. It's proof, giving proof to people. What you have proven is 1, your games are not finished. 2, your games are not optimized. And 3, you're not running them on the system we're going to buy from you. If this is what you can show us, you are not even close of being able to deliver the quality we want to see. We didn't saw next-gen graphics. And yes, there is global pandemic. Sony didn't make a point out of that. Yes, they magically freaked up their show about the technical specs of the PlayStation 5, which was one of the most boring I've ever seen. But we're not far from holiday. Blink 2 times with your eyes. It's August, September, October, November. You've got 4 months. That's not long. Considering development, considering the amount of time that's been spent in an Xbox Series X to develop it. The coronavirus pandemic has created a lot of problems for the video game industry over the last few months. While the industry has adapted to working from home, a lot of titles have seen delays. Which one? I just educated me, peeps. I just drop something in the comment because I've got no idea. And there are some early speculations that the Xbox Series X and the PS5 might not release this year as a result. That's not true. That's not true. They already said, Sony already said that they're even going to increase the amount of PlayStation 5s being produced. I believe for the PlayStation 4, at day 1 they had 7 million available. Then I want to make sure that somewhere between 10 and 15 million are available. The only bottleneck is logistics. They need to transport them from the factory to the shops to the organizations who are going to deliver it at your home. That's the only issue Sony is facing right now. Not production and not being able to deliver. It's logistics. Third-party companies need to pick up the PlayStation 5 and deliver it to your home. That's the only issue. From factory to home. It's got nothing to do with Sony itself. It had some impact on Halo Infinite's development. No shit, Sherlock. Of course, this one is, you know, of course, there's another factor at play, and that's the fact that Halo Infinite will release on Xbox One in addition to Xbox Series X. Here you go. He already said it. Cross-gen support is something Microsoft is pushing for this generation. Then there is no generation for you. There is no reason to go for an Xbox Series X at this moment. I see a huge compelling reason to go to a PlayStation 5. What is the reason? I can buy Halo Infinite. I've got an Xbox One over here. So if I want to play Halo Infinite, I can buy it for my Xbox One S. If you got an Xbox One X, you can buy it. You can play it in 4K 60 frames per second. There is no reason. And it's great that they want to deliver a PC, Xbox Series X, and Xbox One. But they're undermining their own strategy, their own business. I've got a badass gaming PC here. I've got an Xbox One. What's the reason to buy an Xbox Series X? Zero. If you've got an Xbox One, you can wait. There is no reason to pre-order that thing. And many have voiced their concerns that it could mean first-party games don't take full advantage of the system's capabilities. Here we go. There is just one upscale. While Halo Infinite will see a free update that takes advantage of the Xbox Series X, it remains to be seen how much better the game will look after. This is exactly what I mean with sales strategy. You're not going to show, if you've got something new to show, you don't show this, you show this. You only show Halo Infinite when it's just blowing people away. Just blowing people away. Because people, you want the Xbox Series X, you want to put it on a table, but just insert the freaking disc with Xbox Series X optimized, insert it so people can see it, and then you just stream it. And people will be blown away. With PlayStation 5, when the stream was over, take my money. When the stream of Xbox Series X was over, there was no reason for me to think, oh, I'm going to buy this one. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There are a few things that is going to bite Xbox in the ass. Cross-generation, the sales strategy, and this reveal. PlayStation 5 is on a head start. Really it is. So I know it's a bit of a rant, guys, but that's also because I just love the gaming industry. And I want Xbox to succeed. But I'm seeing dark clouds emerging above Microsoft headquarters for the Xbox department. And I'm seeing not the same mistakes being made as the Xbox One. I'm seeing new mistakes being made. And I'm looking forward on your take at this. Are you going to pre-order the Xbox One or Xbox Series X or the PlayStation 5? None of them. Are you going to stick with the current generation for now? What are you going to do? I'm going to pre-order the PlayStation 5 to start with. My name is Movement6. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I will see you soon, guys.